You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean. Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, and streaming live on Ustream, this is AFTERBUZZ TV for Fear Factor. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest Fear Factor news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, picking up where the show leaves off and the buzz continues, it's AFTERBUZZ TV for Fear Factor.
Woo! Ow!
What's up, guys? Where's my Justin Bieber, Phil? You're not gonna plug me out, right?
Is that like a reoccurring thing?
I mean, that's what you told me.
You
You told me that you were gonna play it, and then all right. I guess not.
Don't do it again, please.
Anyways, welcome to Fear Factor, 3rd episode. We made it to 2012.
Adam, please look at this rundown board. It is
Episode
episode 4.
Oh,
Snake Bite, episode 4.
it's the new year.
4,
I'm not kind of all right. I'm obviously not ready for my own show, but that's okay because I got 2 lovely people with me, and let me introduce them. My name, of course, is Adam, but that's not important. What is important is who we have, and we have. Oh, here we go. Here's the music for the intros.
And now it's time to take off the jacket.
Oh, whoa, oh, whoa.
You know you love me.
DJ Phil. Yeah, sing along. I know you know the words. All right, first up, we got Sean. Straight up, how you doing, Sean?
Right here, doing well. Thanks for having me, Adam.
You're welcome. Big Fear Factor fan?
A little bit. I liked it a lot when it first started almost 10 years ago, and I'm glad to see it come back, so that's good.
Okay. And to his right, maybe his left.
His left.
His right, his left, whatever view. We got Spicy Madi in the house.
What's up, y'all? What is up?
I got her to do Fear Factor, so we're good. We needed to spice it up.
Right, and I'm fearless, so it only makes sense.
Okay, we'll see. But should we jump into who we have on the show? And once we get this Justin Bieber off, there we go.
Real
you.
quick,
feeling that song,
by the way,
though.
Spicy, and for the rest of the viewers who don't know, be prepared that Adam is doing a challenge in the special segment this week.
Is that so?
I would
That
be
is so.
prepared. I would be very prepared.
Are you gonna step your game up in 2012, Phil?
Hell yeah.
I think I think just like Fear Factor, when we do the challenge, you have to be in your swimsuit.
I mean, I did play water polo in high school. I do have a Speedo.
Well, we could use trunks.
I think the-
you and me.
Do I have to-
The nipples should be
wouldn't-
out.
We wouldn't be wearing swimsuits. Wouldn't the women be wearing the swimsuits?
I think they're both. Both.
We were talking
both
before the
men
show
and
that
men.
we were talking that like women in swimsuits on shows always get the ratings up, and maybe next time, Spicy, anyone? Out
I will
there?
come in a swimsuit. Gosh.
All right.
Just in case.
All right. Well, let's get into who we have on the show tonight, the fourth episode, and who was the first 2 couples to come up?
So we had Roberto and Tanya.
Roberto
Roberto and Tanya. We had what are the other names?
Joel and Andrea.
Okay.
And let's talk about. I don't really remember. Roberto and Tanya. They were. What were we talking about though?
Roberto and Tanya were Roberto.
They were the ones that you guys said were the pretty couple,
Okay,
right?
they were the dreamy couple.
Yes.
Okay, that's
They were
right.
the dreamy
right.
couple. Very attractive. They looked like they belonged on a magazine cover.
And
They looked like a fitness magazine.
And you were
couple.
picking them, right?
Oh my gosh, they were hot. That's who I was rooting for at first.
Because they're hot, or do they look like?
Yeah, I was being superficial.
Okay.
So attractiveness equals they're probably going to win later on, right?
They looked the most physically fit, but then they went up against the other couple that was kind of giving them some run for their money that I was a little questioning. Also, it was Andrea and Slater.
Oh, that's right.
Joel.
That's right.
That's what's his
Joel.
real name?
Joel?
His real name.
Yeah,
Joel.
the one
Okay,
that looked like
she
Slater.
calls him Slater. They were very physically fit as well. So I knew it was going to be between those 2 couples.
That blonde girl, Andrea. I don't know. Like, I don't know her, but you know when you see someone, you're just like, you don't like her, and you don't know
You
why.
didn't like her?
And you don't, I'm not trying to be mean, because I don't know anything about her.
Keep it real.
But just like, she just bothered me. I don't know. Did she bother you, Sean? Like,
Did she seem kind of ditzy a little bit?
I don't know what it was.
Was
She didn't seem ditzy. She seemed like
She just
hardcore to
bothered
me.
me.
You know what?
She's
I
bothered
didn't.
me.
Okay, well, I'm kind of skipping ahead here a little bit, but the tattoo thing that didn't fly with me. I didn't like that. Remember in their lips, they had the tattoos.
Oh yes, I couldn't forget
Yeah.
about that.
Oh, because they
my
had the
gosh.
tattoos together or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that maybe it was her confidence. Maybe you took it as cockiness and she was really just confident.
I don't know. It's just
Something
I
about
wasn't
her. She
digging
was just one of those
Andrea. I
girls.
wasn't digging her. I wasn't. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on from Andrea. Third, we had DJ, right? DJ
Yeah.
in Brooklyn.
DJ
That's
in
right.
Brooklyn, a couple that I feel like was not really a couple. I feel like
Really, you were saying that?
Yeah, I feel like a casting director saw them. They auditioned as best buds, and they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna make you guys boyfriend and girlfriend."
Why are you saying that she's too hot for him? Is this one?
She is very hot, and he is a really cute nerd. He's like
Okay.
probably one of the cuter nerds that I've seen, but they just were not like a physically fit couple. They didn't really match. I didn't feel any sexual energy or chemistry between the two, and they weren't very affectionate on the show in comparison to everybody
Yeah,
else.
it seemed like every other couple was holding hands a lot, making out a little bit.
Okay.
You know,
Theirs seemed a little
didn't-
bit more contrived when they did.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I thought they were a couple,
They
but
didn't communicate very well.
so you didn't think they were gonna go far?
I didn't think they were gonna go far, and they were
Okay.
the least fit out of everybody.
That's fair.
They were the
okay.
underdog.
Okay, so we're calling DJ and Brooklyn underdogs.
I think they
okay.
got lucky.
Okay, we'll see.
And
We
then
don't know.
what was the old couple's name?
Todd and
Carol.
Caroline.
Okay.
Oh, Caroline.
You were rooting for them.
Carolyn, sorry.
Carolyn, there you go.
I
Yeah.
was rooting for them. I don't know, something. I caught Todd's eyes. We had something going
You had a
there.
moment.
We had a moment. And I'm like, you know what, Todd, you can do it. I'm pulling for you.
I had no faith in the old couple whatsoever. I figured their arthritis was going to kick in. At some point, they were going to just drop off the net.
No, I thought they were going to be good because he looked like he was pretty fit.
They
and
looked really physically fit. Like they take their, they eat their fiber every day,
right,
like
right.
old people should.
They eat their Wheaties.
Yeah, I saw that.
you know, it's easier for older guys to get more buff, and I think this is what
Really?
he had going on. And he looked really fit, and he seemed like he had experience because of his gray hairs. So he should have been performing well.
Carolyn, like when they were, talking in between stunts, she said that she was an Oakland Raiders cheerleader. Was
Yeah,
it Raiders?
in 83, 84.
Still, though, like you have to be fit and
20 years ago.
I'm just
30,
saying. I think
she
30
looked
years
pretty
ago.
fit.
I'm sorry.
she
30 years
did
ago.
look pretty fit though. Am I wrong?
They looked fabulous.
Okay.
They looked like, the cover of Old People's Fitness magazine.
AARP
Okay.
magazine right
And
there.
they had great spray tans. I thought they looked like a great older couple. I just didn't think that they were going to win.
and
That's
did
fair.
you hear how old they were? They said they were 50.
They looked fabulous.
50 is the new 30.
They were in better
is.
shape than the couple that
They
won.
look so good.
Yeah.
And they didn't make it very far.
All right. Well, we usually have JC on the show, but he's preoccupied with another show, and he loves to come up with these little names. So if you come up with the names of the challenges, you guys should call us in, and the number is 424-256-1729. That is 424-256-1729. And you guys use Twitter, right?
Correct.
Yes.
More than me, more than my 48 random followers. So
I think that's how many I have right now. I just started it 2 weeks ago.
I don't even know if mine are real, but they're for some reason following me because they love my tweets that I do like 3 times. But it's a new year, and I've already tweeted once. Anyways, what is your Twitter name?
I've already tweeted once.
What is your Twitter name so they can plug you?
Mine's at the Sean Overman.
You got that?
And mine is at spicy, SPICY _Madi, MARI, spicy _ Madi.
So tweet
And my
them.
tweets are good and spicy.
Yeah, they are.
They're
I'm following her.
X-rated though, parents. Do not let your children follow me.
So tweet them if you have any comments about the show or about anything. What you did on New Year's. I'd love to hear.
Ooh. Trust me, it's spicy.
Did you have a good New Year's? Happy
do.
New Year's, everybody. Happy New Year's. Thank you, Phil. Happy New Year's, Phil. Did you have fun
From
in Miami?
AfterBuzz.
How was Miami, Phil? That good?
It was
Our systems detect that a
Speechless.
host has wandered off the subject. Please return at once.
That's a good one. I like that
I
one.
thought that was a meltdown going on.
That's
right
what he
there.
did on New Year's, just for that. All right, good. All right, let's get into the first one. Did we come up with a nickname or anything?
I got one, but do you want to do that? I think yours was better than mine.
Yeah,
What
Go ahead.
was
spicy.
the net, grab and get it.
Great, I like that one.
The knit grabbing. That
What-
should be a
what'd
rap
you come up
song.
with?
I said building body catapult.
Those are both better than mine because I didn't come up with one. I'm not that smart. All right, so let's just jump into it. Do you want to describe it since you came up with those clever names?
Okay, so this is a competition where you were catapulted onto a net at the top of a building, high rise.
Right.
And in midair, you had to grab the net and then climb up the net, grab every single one of the flags, and then your partner had to meet you on the way down before you could jump. So you had to get a certain under 4 minutes in order to get a good score, good timing. But the first couple that did really, really good was Andrea and Slater. Or what's his real name?
AKA Joel. But we'll go with Slater. We'll go with them. And I think the net, what was it, like 100 feet from the building a net? So that's pretty far when you're getting catapulted.
Right.
And you're in you're what, probably like 200 feet in the air, I would think, 100 feet. Whatever, that's pretty hard. So, I mean, that got me scared watching a little. You said that you would want to do it.
I would totally do it. But see, I like to skydive and rock climb and bungee jump, so I'm kind of crazy.
Okay. So, yeah, so you said Andrea and Joel, and they were you thought they did all right?
They got the best time.
They did.
Yeah,
they did.
They did really good.
112.
I didn't think Andrea was going to be as fast as she was. Not going to lie.
You don't like her.
Okay, maybe that,
you
but...
were like, you wanted her to lose, and they wind up winning. That's some haterism. Get that haterism out your heart.
Well, okay, they did get, what was it, a minute 12?
Yeah.
And, I mean, they were the first people up, so we didn't really know if that was going to be, what, a long time or a short time, but you guys saying that you thought they both went fast?
I would agree, yeah.
Yeah, they did really good.
I don't know. I thought there was some time that you could make up, but...
Well, I mean, they were on the same page. They were communicating with each other, and then when they got to the bottom, they didn't have to wait that long for each other.
Okay.
And they didn't seem like they had that many problems. So.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
In comparison, what was the next team that went up?
That was Todd and Carolyn.
The old guys, my team.
The experienced folks.
And she didn't even make it on the net, correct?
Let's talk about Caroline for a second. You know, she really got my attention. She was in, like I said, a 1983, 84, maybe 85 cheerleader. She probably was looking really good in her time. Still looking good right now. I thought she I don't know. She's good at those pom-poms. I thought she'd be good at coming out like a frog and grabbing the net. But she missed it and luckily got onto the end of it or she would have just fell. So luckily she saved her, and I thought that took a lot of what's the word I'm looking for, that took a lot out of her.
Guts.
She still did it.
Endurance, because she still held on even though she messed up in the beginning.
She might have not won on the scoreboard, but she won in my heart.
How did I know you were going to say that?
and they didn't do that bad. Let's get this straight. They got 2 minutes and 2 seconds. They didn't do that bad.
It wasn't that bad, but when you start off that rocky, you already have to pick your confidence back up. So it took her a while to climb back up.
Okay.
In addition to picking her confidence up.
And how hard do you think it is to climb up those nets? Because it kind of threw you in the middle. So you did have to climb up a little and you kind of had to climb down. How hard do you think that was?
Well, and the water that was supposed to look like...
Oh, that's true.
The rain,
we forgot. Yeah, it was water.
That was really difficult.
Yeah, that makes it even more slippery and harder to get a grip in there. So those nets are really, really hard. Because you're using body strength, too.
Upper body strength.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, 2 minutes and 2 seconds was a little long, but definitely...
It wasn't that bad of a time.
For what happened.
Yeah, it's just when you make a fumble like that, you've already kind of lost my attention. I'm already you're going to lose.
I'm glad she didn't just let go and drop. That would have made it so much more worse.
Oh,
she was a trooper.
Her husband would have kicked her butt when she got home. You can tell they're like that competitive old couple.
Yeah, that's why I picked them, but you kind of threw me off, Caroline. Making me look bad.
I think she got scared midway. They have kids probably they got to live for. When you're younger, when you're younger, you're a little bit more fearless.
All right. And then we got your favorite couple, the Hotties, right?
Yes. And I thought that they were going to do better than what they did.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't I thought they both started off fast. I don't even know their real names. We just call them the Hotties.
Roberto and Tanya.
Roberto and
Now, Tanya was more confident than Roberto in this challenge because before they were catapulted, he's kind of complaining that he's a little bit scared and she's kind of, come on, toughen up.
Yeah, all the excuses come out right before.
Right. And so I'm like, okay, obviously she's a little bit, the stronger one in the relationship.
She wears the pants? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, trust me, they both look hot in their pants. But I think the fact that she was having to pump up her man before they took the challenge, I don't want to hear a peep out of you. We're about to risk our lives for $50,000. Shut up and do your challenge.
All right, well, I would agree, but when I was watching, it did look like they started off fast, like I said, but then Tanya kind of was going slow.
She was.
She was going slow.
And I told you guys before she started that she has bad knees. She's a little knock-kneed, and that was going to slow her down.
Well, you might have said it because he started off slow, just like and then he just kind of like Spider-Man down. And wasn't he waiting? He was waiting at the end
for a while.
Yeah, but they did end up getting 132, so it did show that maybe 202 did sound like a long time from what we thought it was. But last but not least, and do you like? Let's just talk about this for a second. Would you rather go first? Where would you rather go? First, last, middle? Any spot?
I would say last. If I was going to be participating, I would want to go last because then I would see the pace and I would see what I need to beat among everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. Same with you?
Yeah. If not last, then middle, but definitely not first. Because I'm someone that needs kind of like to pay attention,
right? And
I need to hear it a couple times in order to make sure that I have the exact instructions.
Okay.
And seeing other people's strategies is important so that you can modify it and change it around. Say, oh, I need to change this. I want to do it a little bit differently so you can get a faster time.
That's okay.
And if you have ADD, trust me, you don't want to go first.
Well, the winners for the first challenge was the first team, Andrea and Joel.
Right.
With a minute 12 seconds. So I guess this time it worked out.
But I think they went into it thinking they were going to kick everyone's ass.
That's true. That is a good mentality.
I think that confidence helps. They're like, what? We'll go first. We're fearless. So they hopped right in there. Okay,
well, like I said, they won first, and the team that got booted off was my team.
Sadly.
Womp,
and
womp,
I chose them with you. They were our team.
That's right. They were our team. What happened? Todd? He was so nice. He probably has a nice family. They have family meals, and they are all nice.
And she probably, Carolyn probably has all of her old cheerleader photos.
Yeah,
up on the
throughout
wall.
the house.
They weren't risking that much being on the show. Like, they didn't really need the $50,000. They have like the retirement plan waiting for them, their Social Security. They weren't really that worried or concerned about the money and winning. They were just probably doing it just for like their anniversary or something.
Let's just hope they didn't embarrass the kids. Let's just hope.
The kids.
I'm assuming they have 2 kids,
needed to
by the
pay
way.
off their college credit card debt.
All right, well, that was challenge 1, but challenge 2 was even better.
Oh, challenge 2.
Now, usually the breakdown, if you guys watch Fear Factor, if this is your first time, usually you got like the first one is kind of like a little, not too intense, but it's some kind of activity that kind of gets you in the game. The second challenge is usually you have to eat something or something's doing scary with insects. Something gross. And then the third one is just like boom, 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 like just crazy. But the second one this time wasn't any eating, which kind of threw me off.
They did have to put something in their mouth that was gross.
That is. What did they have to put in their mouth?
They had to put snakes in their mouth.
Snakes. Big snakes?
There were big and small.
Big and small?
Sizes.
How do you like your snakes? Big, small, any?
I like my snakes really big.
Okay. You heard it here exclusively, right, Phil?
I like them long and wide.
Okay.
There we go.
Just playing, y'all.
I was trying to find the Indiana Jones clip of why did it have to be snakes, but it's apparently not anywhere online.
What about snakes on a plane? Come on, there's a whole movie for you to put some kind of clip in here.
Oh, Samuel Jackson.
Yeah, but that has swear words and we can't really play. Come on.
But in this challenge, they're in a box. And,
they're in like a glass coffin.
And once again,
or
the ladies have to get in their bikinis, or the men have to get in their trunks,
Okay.
and then they're throwing the snakes on top of them and making them transfer the snakes from one box to the other box with their mouth. Once again, being timed.
And there were like what, 500 plus snakes in that little.
Actually, they said, was it 500? Did they say 500 snakes or was it 500 pounds?
Oh, here we go.
Motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane.
That's what I'm talking about.
There we go.
Yeah.
I'm about to open some fucking windows.
He said that. I'm about to open
You
some
were not
motherfucking
playing
windows.
about the cursing.
Yeah, I think it was more sensitive. There was probably 500. What, do you think it was 500
I
snakes?
thought you said 500.
I think it was 500 pounds.
I don't remember the exact amount, but it looked like it was 1 billion.
There was a lot.
I don't care if there was 5 snakes on me.
There was, and yeah,
it was probably 500 numbers.
Yeah, and there were and there were like some small, some medium, like we said, some big ones, some anacondas.
And we can only see their eyeballs inside of that box.
They had to wear goggles.
Were covered up the entire
Pythons,
time.
boas. That's probably what they.
Now, I don't think any of the snakes were poisonous. I don't think Fear Factor would have done that.
I would hope that they wouldn't do that to the contestants.
It looked like a couple, like one of the girls, I think it was Tanya, she looked like she got bit once in the side.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it looked like there was some kind of bruising.
I think that was another
back
tattoo.
There. You think it was a tattoo?
Like a I love you heart tattoo or something.
Okay.
All right, well, let's go into the first team was once again Joel and Andrea. Number 1 going up again. So that's like, what are they? Just give it to them? Like they had to go first again? That has to be kind of hard.
I feel like she was strategic with hers because she was also moving at a quick speed. And once she figured out like what pace to go to, and she was putting the snakes in her mouth, she was getting lucky and realizing that if you go for the bigger ones, there's going to be smaller ones wrapped around them.
Right. And were you surprised that Andrea was the one using her mouth and her boyfriend Joel was like just kind of being a little bitch in there?
I am not surprised that she was using her mouth.
I was actually
really.
She looks like she could use her mouth.
That's okay.
I was surprised that she volunteered.
I didn't say it. So I guess you weren't surprised. What did you say, Sean?
I was surprised she volunteered.
Okay.
Yeah, so good for her.
I mean, she was kind of spicy. I mean, not as spicy as you, don't get me wrong, but she was kind of like intense, a little.
I like that about her. I can't believe you didn't like her.
I just don't know what it was.
She is like what you would call gangster. Like the fact that she was like, okay, babe, like get in there, like.
Hey, her nickname is Dre.
Right.
She's pretty gangster.
I mean, it is what it is. I don't know. She didn't win in my heart.
Out of all the contestants, she was grabbing the biggest snakes with her mouth.
Okay. I mean, she did look like she has some experience, like you said, so that does help. I mean, how would you do? You think if you had some snakes? Do you think you could do that?
I think I could do that.
Like, not all talk. Like,
no,
I want you...
Like, for real.
Like, bring out the snakes, Phil. Bring out the snakes.
Let me at them.
You had them prepared.
Honestly,
next time.
I think one of the advantages of going first, too, is that you have less fear. When you see what's happening in a situation like that, you start to anticipate, like, oh, snaps, what am I doing? You have more time to think about how crazy it is, the challenge that you're about to do. So they're sitting around seeing the snake snapping at her, and that, there's a possibility that... the time's going to elapse and they're not going to get enough. So you start to talk yourself out of it.
Right. What is this in the background?
Is that snake slithering around?
That's a snake ready to bite all of you.
Good. That's some good snakes right there.
That sounds like some hard breathing.
It sounds like,
creep.
Sounds like ice skating.
Phil tape recorded me sleeping and it's playing right now. So they got, what did they get? 11.1 pounds, which... once again, going first, we didn't know, but you said that it looked pretty good because she got some big snakes.
Right.
Okay. And also, like, going first, you can also try to scare the other contestants because, oh my God, that was so bad because they just did it and try to, like, scare them that way. So that's also good.
She broke down and cried at the end.
Yeah, I don't know what was that. Do you think that, are you buying that?
Yeah.
Really? What's with you with Andrea? I think we have some...
I like her. I feel like she was a badass. Like, I feel like...
Phil, can we get her number, please? Give it spicy.
No, because she broke down at the end and cried, but what that was she was crying because her adrenaline ran out after she was done with the challenge. Her adrenaline ran out, and she was like, I can't believe I freaking just did that, and that was so intense. I think that in the moment, she's really, like, pushing herself to get through it, and then when she's done, she's like, oh, crap. Ready to crap on herself.
I can see that then. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, I do. I was actually surprised that she cried at the end because it seemed like she was just going in there, just doing it, and I guess she was just pushing all the fear aside.
Right.
And
that's right. It looked like that's what she did. Okay, I'll give her a little respect. Just a little.
Gonna give her a little G card for that.
Okay, yeah, just a little. And then next we had who do we have? We had Tanya and Roberto. Yeah, I think that's what.
Exactly.
And then once again, Roberto was like stepping up. He was like manning up. He's like, you know what? I'm going to take the role of putting snakes in my mouth.
That was a big mistake.
Was it?
Yeah, he was slow. And then at that point, at this challenge is when I decided, oh, they're just the cute couple.
Yeah, this was your couple.
Yeah, I liked them. And then, I stopped.
He kept getting like those, the little ones. Like it's a bit smaller than my hand.
Yeah.
And like, that's good. Maybe to start, get your confidence up. But then like, he was kind of like a wimp. It's like he would go for it. And then, like, not grab it all.
And the snakes would, like, just hiss at him, and then he would hesitate so much.
But remember, he's also the one that I said was kind of a punk when he did the previous challenge, that his girlfriend had to, like, pump him up before they jumped.
Yeah, and that's bullshit.
And so here he goes again, not grabbing snakes.
Yeah, because he, like, like he came out acting all tough, like let's do this. I'm gonna do so many, and then you're gonna give me like what was it, 5 pounds? That's all you're gonna give me,
Right?
You got like 10 small little snakes.
The smallest ones.
I mean, who wears the pants in that relationship, Spicy?
I don't think either of them do. I think they just look at themselves in the mirror.
Really?
Shout out, it's a good-looking couple, but they were just too cute for the challenge.
All right,
He wasn't going in there. He wasn't being fearless.
Maybe you need to teach him a little how to use his mouth better.
I
just
can
saying.
do that.
You know what?
I can do
think
that.
so. Obviously,
Follow me on Twitter.
only one of the girls were the ones that volunteered to use their mouths to take the snakes out.
That's true.
Perhaps they're doing something right, in other places, and that's why they're able to get these snakes out of the coffin. Here.
That's true. That's true. And
That's an educated guess.
okay, I'll go with it. Who do we have last? We had DJ and Brooklyn. I wonder if they're not their real names. They sound like DJ and Brooklyn. They sound like one sounds like a stripper name, one sounds like a.
You know what? I think it's because, and I have an inclination that they're actually Filipino. So maybe sometimes Filipino. Yeah, I think both. I think this couple's Filipino. So sometimes Filipino families, they like to give their kids kind of funky names, and there we go. Or maybe they're even just.
But it's not even
nicknames.
Filipino. It's American. Brooklyn. Where's the Filipino in Brooklyn? I'm just wondering. I'm not trying to hate on.
Nobody was saying that the parents were giving
They give them
names.
Americanized like weird. kind of names.
This is coming from
eccentric
a Filipino,
Maybe this
an
is
American boy.
You would know. Maybe this is their middle name, or
It could be.
or
Could
their
be, or
American
could a
name.
nickname. Could be a nickname. DJ might be short for something else. Who knows?
All right. Well, besides their names, they did do this contest, and who'd you say went in? Brooklyn went in the coffin, right?
No. Yeah, it was her. And
Yeah, it was the Asian, right?
Yeah.
The cute. She was cute.
Yeah, that's Brooklyn.
Oh, okay, yeah. Pumpkin was the one that was.
Or the Filipino.
Pumpkin was inside the coffin.
And that's where. No, it wasn't.
No,
actually,
Pumpkin was
the
inside.
boy. Pumpkin's the guy.
Wasn't Pumpkin inside?
No. It was,
No.
Because
Pumpkin.
we thought his eye
Brooklyn.
was swollen. No.
Oh no, that was earlier. That was with Joel.
Pumpkin was.
was
you're
Oh,
right.
we thought it was Joel. Okay.
Pumpkin was the nickname given
For the
by
guy.
Brooklyn for DJ.
That's right.
Right.
And Brooklyn, the cute little Asian girl, was in
She
or
was
Filipino,
mixed. I
whatever
think
she
was
was.
Black and
Okay.
Asian.
Hey, maybe she could call in and then we could find out what her
I think she
ethnicity
was
is.
Blasian.
Phil, find this out for us.
Speaking of fans and callers, feel free to call in 424-256-1729. But for those of I do want to give a message to all my chat people. I am indeed having Adam do that challenge after the commercial. He doesn't know what it is yet, but my chat people do. So very exciting.
Woohoo.
Very exciting.
Uh-oh.
Thank you, Phil.
Should I go research it right now with my
Let's see
iPad?
what this chat is.
Someone call in
What
and
this
save
challenge
me.
is.
All right. Well, like you said, DJ, he'd also he wasn't doing good.
Okay, so she was in, and she's
She's
trying to cheer. She's
She
trying
was
to,
the cheerleader.
pump him up.
Yeah.
And he wasn't doing very good.
He also got a lot of small at the start. He got a lot of small ones, like Roberto. So he was starting small.
Yeah, they weren't impressive at all.
It seemed like he was hesitating actually a lot more than Roberto, but
he did get 2 major snakes that were like medium to larger size. Am I right?
Yeah.
and that ended up being the game changer.
You think
Yeah.
that
on.
saved them?
Yeah, of course. He had some big ones at the end. And then she was crying, "Get me out of here!"
Yeah, I know.
But she was actually, while she was in the coffin, she actually was pretty strong-willed. She just kept cheering him on, and she was pushing the fear to the side while she was in there.
Okay, and so, Spicy, you said that you would rather have the position of getting the snakes with your mouth.
Yeah.
And what about you, Sean? Would you rather be the one laying in there or using your mouth?
I guess, like I said earlier, with the whole, it seemed like the girls handled the snakes.
But if, let's say you were with a
better.
guy or a girl.
With their mouth.
Honestly, I think I would rather be laying in the coffin.
Laying in the coffin is easier, but
Easier.
Well, it's
you have
easy.
500 snakes.
Laying in the coffin is easier because there's nothing resting on you doing well in this challenge. You just have to lay there and just not let your fear get the best of you. When you're the person who's biting the snakes and having to put them in, you have the added pressure of the time and that you're the one who has to move them. And so, and you also have the added pressure of the snake snapping at you. And then also, your partner over there, he's getting to just relax and you're having to move it and shake it.
I don't know how much relaxing he's doing. He's not like a pina
He
colada.
wasn't doing
and
any
just chilling.
work. But you're not doing any work
He has
laying in the
500
coffin.
snakes. He's probably like going to have a heart attack.
It's a more comfortable
one of these snakes
position.
can kill him. Have you gotten bitten by a snake?
I have not.
It hurts.
I've gotten bitten by a Doberman pinscher though, in my ass.
Well,
it's not fun. So I know what bites feel like.
I think that's probably worse. But
see.
But yeah, I guess sitting in the coffin would be taking the easy way out.
I'm not trying to. Okay,
the easy way out.
I wouldn't say easy. Okay, yes, that's a little harder.
There's no pressure on you, but to lay there.
Right. Okay.
Hurry up. You can do
fine.
it.
In that little case, there's no real pressure. Okay. Well, they got what 6.1 pounds. So they that one of those snakes must have just snuck them into the finale.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Roberto and Tanya, your lovebirds over there, they're gone.
Yeah, get rid of it.
And I think that's when you left, right? And you just left the show because you were that mad?
Yeah, I was just like, oh, God.
You couldn't deal with it.
Stormed out of the screening room.
I was infuriated. I wrote the writers.
Well, the finale was my favorite couple, Andrea and Joel. They snuck in there, right? Or, no, I shouldn't say they snuck in. They did win. Okay, they won the first two. They did.
They were the hardest working.
I need to slow my roll. They did their work. And then we had Pumpkin and Brooklyn.
They snuck in there.
The underdogs.
Physically wise, they weren't the most athletic. Everyone who looked at them was like, you're not gonna win. I thought they were gonna lose to the old couple before I would ever think that they made it this far.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, Brooklyn. It wasn't like Brooklyn was that bad out of shape. I mean, okay, I can see how Pumpkin. Yeah, maybe he was out of shape. I'll give him that. Pumpkin was definitely out of shape. Brooklyn was okay, right?
They both were cute. They both just needed nothing a colonic can't cure.
Okay.
That's all. But,
and
and a little,
Wait, what was that? A colonic?
Running. Yeah.
What's a colonic?
Anyways.
Oh, okay, I got it. I just decoded. I just decoded in my mind.
Some intestinal stuff.
I got you now.
Can somebody please?
Who gets colonics?
You guys never got a colonic before? It helps.
You learn something new every day.
There we go.
Does someone want to explain what the hell went on in the last finale?
Okay, the whole thing?
Like it seems like Fear Factor, just like the last one. I don't know if they're drunk, stoned, something. I just feel like all the producers are in a room. They're just like, let's just do this. And then, yeah, after they're on the helicopter, let's just have someone jump in and swim a mile and get on a jet ski and do this and then do that. Like this just kept going on forever and ever, right?
Yeah.
And we actually saw that it might have been so long that both teams kind of forgot something.
What to do
next.
Yeah, because it turned into a relay race.
Yeah.
As opposed to like a challenge. And so if you weren't paying attention to the instructions, like I feel like the first couple that weren't, it made it a little bit harder.
And I know like watching it, I was trying to write down, but I'm like, no, I have to see them at least do it. And I'm sure, like off camera, they got like a few more like times to like explain how to do it. But still, that just seemed like it was just one too many.
They probably had like a diagram for them to follow.
I don't think they got extra explanation.
You don't think so?
No.
I mean, you know reality shows,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. They didn't. I don't think they got extra explanation because part of the challenge is you have to pay attention, and so it's not going to work in your interest if you think you get it and then you go out there, and that's the benefit of going second is you get to actually see what to do and what mistakes not to make.
So then why Joel and Andrea they won the last competition, and as Joe Rogan said, who by the way I loved on this episode, he was just he's always intense, but this time especially with the snakes, he was just like all up in there like screaming, like he was good.
And
he was good.
He had good little commentary.
Yeah, it was good.
He had some snarky remarks that were funny.
Yeah.
Good
and
heckling and such.
Yeah, he was trying to, I thought he was just going to jump in there and just help him out. But anyways, he said that Andrea and Joel, come on, what's wrong with me? They could decide if they want to go first or second, and they chose first.
Right. Because they've been going first this entire time, so they thought, okay, it works in our best interest, and we have the advantage of going first because we're the best. I think, once again, they were still overly confident.
And did you think that was a smart decision? So would you do that, like you said?
I would not go first, especially for that challenge, because even when he explained the instructions, I didn't understand what they were doing. I didn't understand what was going on until they were in the middle of the relay race.
Yeah, it was confusing.
Yeah.
So
I was like, you're going to grab what?
We haven't even explained it yet, right? So
yeah, that's right. You won't explain. Let's explain it.
It's the hang upside down helicopter drop onto the jet ski, collect flags at the buoys, and you got to drop at the end event.
Right. That was good, John.
So okay. Let's try to explain a little better. That was good. So it was a helicopter, like you said. There's a helicopter, and it seemed like the girl was hanging upside down.
Right, she's hanging upside down
on a rope.
Her partner's hanging,
holding the rope.
Holding the rope, right, with his arms
for a good 30 seconds.
Right.
And then there was it almost looked like a trampoline, whatever, some kind of landing thing in the middle of the water, a raft, and the person would have to jump off the helicopter, swim, to the raft, get the key,
pull the key out of the water, take the key,
roll it up, take the key,
put it in the jet ski,
and drive off and get the 5 flags.
Right.
And you had, I guess, as much time as it took.
But unfortunately, Joel didn't pay attention when he was over the trampoline. He thought he was going to be able to get closer.
Right.
So in the first challenge, he's floating along, and then he gets dropped far away from the trampoline, or the raft, as we call it.
I thought he was gonna, I mean, that's partly, I thought, like you said, that challenge was so many different things, but I honestly thought he was just gonna completely forget it, because like you said, he didn't
know what to do in that moment. I was with him. We were connected.
Oh, you connected?
And he's upside down, like he's holding on, and he's like, oh snaps, where am I supposed to let go? Like, I felt that from him. He didn't really know when he was supposed to let go. And
even Joe mentioned it. And he was like, oh, what is he doing? He's totally passing it.
Yeah.
And do you think he's finally thought, okay, I have to jump? Or I don't know. It seemed like...
I think he didn't know what to do first.
And then he realized, okay, what am I doing? I might as well get off.
Yeah, and then she's screaming at him, and he's like, okay, here I go. And he had to swim. But even for him swimming, very athletic. He did really, really good for having to swim. Because, I mean, you have to have strong swimming skills in order to make it over there. And even though he was a little bit out of breath, he still pulled that key out and started that ignition.
So that could have... he had to swim a far ways, and that could have at least got the time back in the game and make up a few seconds. So he... pull the key, and he put it in the jet ski, and the first flag we found out was actually on the jet ski, and that was kind of hard. He had to drive the jet ski, which looked so fun. I wanted to do it.
He did a great job of driving too.
He did?
It looked like he'd done it before.
Yeah, tons of times.
He pushed that gas real good, huh?
Right.
He sure did. Oh yeah.
And he had to actually so he had to go fast, catch up with the helicopter, who was, I guess, just circling around the whole time.
Right.
And, I guess, use one of his hands while driving and hold the flag up. And the other person was, doing some Circus Soleil upside down shit on
But him and his girlfriend were really, I mean, they were coordinated. He was getting them to her. He made up for lost time by, as fast as he was going, catching each flag and giving it to her.
And he had to do that 5 times after the one on his flag, his jet ski.
What hurt them is that, once again, they weren't paying attention. And by the time that he had gotten her the 5th flag, she didn't know how many flags she had.
Now, would you, is that an honest mistake? Or, you would think she's not doing much to just remember 5 flags.
She is doing a lot.
They were
That's an intense moment.
Yeah, and they were disorienting her, too, because they would dunk her into the water every so often.
She's trying to hold on to the flags, not get water in her nose.
It seemed like Fear Factor's let's try to kill her now.
Yeah, she's getting, dunked. And so, I mean, at that moment, she doesn't want to look to see how many flags, because what if he's coming back with another flag? So she probably just wasn't paying attention and didn't count. And then she's yelling at him, how many flags did you give me?
It's just 5. I mean, I can count to 5.
While you're being dunked?
Let's
prove it. Let's go into the bathroom. Let's dunk your head in the toilet.
All I'm saying is just 5. Yeah, you're right, because I'm sure she was, having a lot of other things in her mind, because she was on a helicopter upside down. But they got 5 minutes and 42 seconds. And did you feel anything about the time? Did you feel comfortable? Did you feel like, this is not going to cut it?
They wasted a lot of time in the beginning and then at the end. And so I knew that they were going to give the underdogs some come up.
Yeah. He had to swim so far. And that's what really killed them.
Yeah.
You thought there was no way that they were going to ever make up that much time?
I don't know. I feel like the underdogs really had a chance right then, because he dropped so far, she forgot. There's 2 forgets going on.
That's true.
But if she didn't forget that last one, if she would have been paying attention and making up for him not paying attention in the beginning, then they actually could have won. But both of them messed up.
Did they win? I don't know. I don't know if they won.
They could have.
Well, so they got 542, and then last but not least, we got Pumpkin and Brooklyn. Brooklyn in the house. You don't like Brooklyn. Why is that?
I just think...
Tell me right now.
They're just not, a charismatic couple. I
don't really believe anything.
I don't believe their love. I don't believe their love. I mean,
thought they were fake the whole time.
Can I say... Yeah, I do not believe that he's, tapping that. I'm sorry.
Give him credit. He must have done something. He's probably a very romantic, nice Nice guys sometimes finish first.
They probably met like on the cheer squad and like became BFFs and were like, let's go on a Fear Factor.
Whatever you got to do. Whatever you got to do.
That's right. See, they didn't. Did they mention that he was on the cheer team?
No,
with them too?
I'm
but I imagine.
I don't know.
He could be one of those guys that hold up the cheerleaders.
Can we follow up with them?
His pecs would have been a little bit better if he was a base.
I don't know.
He's taking time off.
I've seen some guys that they don't really do that.
It's off season.
They can be strong, but they don't look like very good when they're holding up the girls.
Speaking of strength, how do you think that he did?
I don't think he did very well. I knew right away, and I said this while we were in the screening room.
Straight to the point. I'll tell you how you really feel.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I felt right away that this guy doesn't look like he gets on a jet ski very often. He doesn't look like the sort. The other guy, Joel, he looked like the type that goes out there in the lake and he messes around on the jet ski all the time.
They met in Vegas at the pool. Like, they party.
Well, it was funny because, like you were saying, it was tough. He started off by holding onto the rope on the helicopter, and that's pretty tough. I mean, if you're not doing your pull-ups or your other, and I don't think he goes to the gym very much, like that's kind of tiring. Holding it, no, you don't think he does?
I don't think he's hit the gym once. No offense, you're very cute nerd.
Well, so that probably took a lot out of him, and I think he got there fast because he jumped off a lot smarter than Joel did. So give him credit for that.
That's right.
But then right when he got there,
he saw the first challenge.
And you're right, that does help. He went second.
Yeah, he's just, he's a nerd, so he's smart. He's paying attention. He's like, okay, how can I calculate my timing?
He analyzed.
And right when he got there, he was like already out of breath. And did you see that he fell to get on the jet ski?
I did.
Yes, he's unathletic, and I thought that he was not going to win because he's so unathletic.
See, he hadn't been on a jet ski before. That proves it. He
didn't
know how to mount it.
I was like, poor guy.
Speaking of not knowing how to mount it, I don't think he's ever mounted anything.
Except for that Brooklyn girl.
Maybe not.
No, not even Brooklyn.
We don't know.
But yeah, that was pretty like pathetic that he fell. And I don't know if he was nervous. He was probably a little nervous, like he was antsy. But you just can't cut it for Fear Factor.
Yeah.
Okay, this is not like the Wipeout show. This is Fear Factor.
It looked like Wipeout this time.
It did a little, but it's Fear Factor, and so he didn't start off strong.
Yeah.
And then what did he do right off the bat? He forgot that the first flag was on the jet ski.
So he's like driving around.
Yeah, driving around the first buoy.
Checking out the scenery.
Where is it?
They're just cruising, and I guess so. That was weird. So I guess there's probably like a scuba diver. Like I was analyzing this. I don't know why, but because he went to the first one and there was no flag. Like I thought he was gonna screw up and grab the flag and then be disqualified because he went out of order. But
so can I ask you this? Did you know that there was a flag on the first one? Like, was that in the instructions? Because I don't remember that.
Well, it said.
Well, I think right when he got on the jet ski, it was kind of obvious that there was a flag there. Like, didn't you see it? Like, it was moving around or something when he fell off a little bit. I caught a glimpse.
Because I would have assumed it was on that. It wasn't on there. I would have assumed that you have to go to the first ball to get it.
I think they did say the first one was on, but I honestly forgot too.
Oh, okay.
And he fell, so that probably screwed him up too. He was just trying to get on, but
discombobulated.
But I guess he got lucky because there was no flag on the first buoy, and he noticed. He probably looked under him and was sitting on the flag. So he got lucky, and he got lucky also with the helicopter being like really close to him. I felt like
that just made me think this was rigged.
Really?
Yes, because the helicopter was close to that couple the entire time. Like he didn't have to travel very far each ball that he went to.
Maybe he strategically knew to fall off the jet ski and it timed it out because they did go second. He was a nerd.
But the helicopter, I feel like in between each pacing for Andrea and Joel, that Joel had to drive much farther to get to the balls and to get to the helicopter than he did.
That's fair. I also thought that he got to the flags. He got to all the flags really fast. So after the first mistake that he did on the jet ski, all the other ones, like you said, the helicopter was right there, boom, 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 except for the last flag. And it's always the Fear Factor. Always loves to do this. It's the last flag. Everybody's close. Time is close, and
they cut the time out.
Yeah,
so
and you can't see it. And what happened? He couldn't give the flag to his girl on the.
They were struggling with trying to connect.
I mean, do you think you could? As a girl, like you're upside down. Like, do you think you could be hand-eye coordination, all this pressure? Like, do you think it's easier than it looks?
I used to be a gymnast.
Okay.
So I could have done all these challenges.
I liked how Brooklyn was trying to do a little bit more. She would actually swing back up.
Yeah.
So she was upright.
So she wasn't dizzy.
And what was she doing? She was stuffing the flags down her vest so that
they wouldn't fall.
Yeah, so they would be secured there and she didn't have to worry about them as much.
She made a strategy because she watched the first couple and then she figured out, oh, okay, I'm going to pull myself up. That was a cheerleader on her.
She was putting like a show on. I was like just seeing her. She was just flipping, doing some stuff on the
Some Cirque du Soleil stuff over there going on.
Yeah, and last but not least, and let's see, can we get a drum roll to see the winner? Can we do a little drum roll if people forget? And the winner was by 5 minutes and 20 seconds.
So they just shaved off, what, for 22 seconds?
22 seconds, Pumpkin in Brooklyn. They won. They won. All that Spicy was saying, non-athletic, not real couple.
I was really mad that they won. I'm sorry.
I was so
They
glad.
got lucky that the other couple wasn't paying attention. But if
that's
it
part of the
came,
game. Part of the game.
But it's fear factor. I think if it came down to it and they really had to go toe to toe in a game of fear, because that was just luck that they won that last challenge. If they had to go toe to toe with this couple, or even do a relay race like a real one with this couple, they wouldn't be able to outrun them at all.
It's not all about like your physical. It takes some mental, and they didn't have that mental, and that screwed them up.
Right.
They didn't. You have to be with me. They didn't
have
deserve.
that mental
They
at
did
the
not
end.
deserve to win. Am I right? They did not deserve to win. They forgot, and you can't forget on Fear Factor.
But this is a game about elimination. If you don't perform well, even on the very last one, of course you're going to be gone. Okay, it doesn't matter if you won two events. You don't perform well on the last one, boom, you're cut out, and you don't get the 50
But
grand.
I don't think that's fair that you only perform good at one and then you win.
Well, they conserve themselves. They're the underdogs.
It is what it is.
I'm hating.
Hayden's gonna hate because you're Andrea girl who Phil's gonna get the number. And let's take actually a commercial break right now. Phil, you try to get her number, hook it up with Spicy, and we'll come right back and see what Phil has for the challenge tonight. I'm scared.
AFTERBUZZ TV. Hi, I was once like you, a lazy, angry loner whose only joy was watching TV and surfing the net. And, like you, after I'd see one of my favorite TV shows, I'd be so excited and have so many questions that I'd actually have to talk to my douchebag coworkers about it at the water cooler. Then I discovered AfterBuzzTV.com. AfterBuzz TV produces after-show webcasts and podcasts for TV series of all kinds, like post-game wrap-up shows for all your favorite TV shows. AfterBuzz TV hosts are industry insiders who break down episodes of shows, take calls from fans, and interview cast and crew from each series, with over 60 different after shows, from Boardwalk Empire to American Idol to Vampire Diaries to Real Housewives, and more. Now, after a night of TV, I can ignore my stupid coworkers, who I hate, and go straight to my desk and watch or listen to all my favorite AfterBuzz TV after shows, and have all the TV fan interaction I need. Thank you, AfterBuzz TV.
AfterBuzz TV. What do you want to buzz about?
Welcome back. Well, during the break, Spicy's keep venting. Like, I don't know what to tell you. They didn't.
There should have been a fourth challenge, because then you really would have seen who should have won.
There's not enough for four. It's 1, 2, 3. They forgot. I mean, as much as that frustrating as they forgot, and you can't forget.
Well, I'm calling for a rematch.
All right. Well, maybe we can set it up here. Maybe Phil can arrange that or something, and because I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm disappointed.
It's frustrating. I know.
I'm disappointed. Don't let me find you guys in the streets.
No one said this would be easy. Oh.
We got the champion music going on here for Adam to do something.
Hey,
oh! How fitting.
Hey, hey, hey. Drink, 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 drink.
All right, Adam, for our listeners out there, you got to tell them what just happened. Or Spicy, or Sean, or anyone.
I'm going to say
what is this?
Go ahead, John.
There is a tall glass with 3 raw eggs in it right in front of Adam's face.
I don't think those are raw eggs.
No, they better not
I
be
think
raw.
those are chicken balls.
Are they? Oh, you know what? Are they boiled eggs with whites around them? Liquid whites?
Those are little chicken babies.
All right, Mari, spicy Mari. Why is he not getting the gist that he's supposed to be drinking these?
Chug,
What do you mean do with this?
Chug.
His eyes are watering.
All right.
Are you allergic to eggs?
Let's turn this music on. Let's talk real talk right now. You know, I'm gonna do it, and Phil knows, and I don't know if you guys I suck with
This is
food,
a great source of protein.
liquid. Have you guys done this before?
Yeah, I eat raw eggs
So
all the time.
I'm just not manning up, right?
I haven't done 3. I've done 1.
Yeah, I've done 1 too.
So wait, is this just yolk? Phil,
Don't worry, it's good for you.
Those are chicken babies. Go
I
ahead.
see some umbilical cords in there.
Oh, you didn't even remove the umbilical cords?
all right, I'm gonna take off my jacket
Ouch.
for this. Oh my!
These are grade A eggs. Come on.
You guys think this is all easy?
Can we add some,
But you know what? This is kind of intense. You know, I'm kind of freaking out. But you know what? If I do it, I'm gonna do it. And if it doesn't come out
By
the
the
right
way,
hole,
by the way, Adam, real quick, this is actually a fair challenge because if I told you what the other suggestions were for this week from our fans, trust me, you wouldn't want to do them. So I'm letting you off the easy way.
all right, give me a trick. Should I just chug it?
Yeah, you're just gonna just put it in your mouth and swallow. Don't taste it and hold your nose. And just gulp, but gulp from the back of your throat.
So
Kind of think of it like a shot, man. Like a shot of alcohol.
Can we put some tequila in there?
All right, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wash it out with that. I'm thinking.
Do it.
Can you see me right here?
I think you can do it. I have complete faith in you. You look like you already chugged 3 eggs a day anyways.
I'm gonna treat this as a shot. I'm just gonna put a little this in my
Adam's gonna treat it like a shot. He says. He has a chaser of water.
Wait, is there anything in there other than the eggs?
Bathroom open just
No,
in case.
it's just eggs.
That's all yolk? Ew.
Bathroom
Wait,
open.
that's disgusting. I thought you diluted it with some water.
No way. No,
That
come on. We
is
don't do this.
disgusting.
Come on, Adam. Adam has left. Where are you going?
Oh
All
my
right,
gosh.
here you go.
For those of you guys who can't see, it looks like little balls with semen inside of this
Adam,
glass.
there's a minute left to this song. You better get to it.
Go.
Here you go.
Come on. Do it for the team.
Go, Adam.
Do
Stud
it-
man.
Do it for AFTERBUZZ.
You gotta face the camera though. Face this way. There you go. There you go.
Gulp.
Yeah, I can see, but you gotta face that way.
Just swallow it. Just put it in your mouth.
Go down. Go down.
Go.
Keep going.
No, just
No,
chug.
keep going.
Down. You gotta.
Oh! Adam!
Ah!
Adam, you gotta go to camera, buddy.
Come on, Adam.
Oh, he just spit it up. The egg went back from his mouth back
Ew.
into the water.
Well, there goes
the
you taking over.
glass.
I was going to make you do it.
Oh, no way.
Come on, now you got to complete this. It can't even have been that bad.
Adam, I can't swap spit with you. I'm not doing that glass.
I can't.
You have to do it. You have to do it. Come on, do it for the fans.
You gotta look at this camera. Here we go. Here we go.
Oh my god, I suck at these food things. I'm gonna.
Yeah, this is disgusting. My stomach hurts for you.
Adam.
Go.
Woo, woo, woo.
You can do it. I have faith
Come
in
on,
you.
bro. Let's go.
Alright, I'm gonna give it one
Just
more time.
swallow. Just swallow.
It's the part where it's in my mouth and I feel the balls.
Yeah, us girls, us women go through this all the time. So just imagine what we go through. Now swallow.
That was X-rated.
Yeah, that was. Go.
There you go. Right there.
Chug.
Keep
chug,
going,
chug,
man. There you
chug.
go.
Adam!
You know what? I actually gagged right there just looking at it. Not good. He just went into the bathroom, guys.
For those of you at home that want to learn how to swallow 3 eggs.
And now, for AfterBuzz TV.
Well, I didn't think I would actually get sick there, but I did. Just
Adam,
looking at it.
Adam, you punked out. You totally punked out.
Predictions.
Was that old couple on Fear Factor your parents?
I think. Alright, I didn't do it. At least I tried, but I think those eggs were old, Phil.
Ew! Don't try to make excuses.
Oh my god.
Phil only keeps fresh eggs in the refrigerator.
I got it in my mouth and then it just.
That's what she said.
Yeah. It's like this X-rated conversation sounds a little freaky.
I had I don't know, I had it in my mouth, and it's I try to, it was just so slimy. I mean, it's easy if you just do it, but once I poured it in my mouth and I got that ball, it just wasn't going down.
Really?
I don't know. You got that. You kind of got that mental thinking of some balls in my face. I couldn't do it. This is what I told you.
You didn't even get one down. You didn't even get one ball down.
I think you got half of one unless you spit it back up.
I got one down and one up.
Ew.
Whoa!
All right, unfortunately, Adam, we got our great show with JC, The Bachelor, right after this. So take us out of here.
All right. Well, I'm sorry I didn't complete it. I will try. I will get it done. At least one. I will promise you one next week if you watch it.
I know. We got a new challenge for you next week.
All right. Well, I'll just do that in my drink. I'm just gonna be drinking eggs tomorrow.
Predictions.
On Monday. All right.
Predictions.
Maybe you can earn our respect back.
For next week, you gotta do roaches, my friend.
I won't be here for that.
Let's try. That was a suggestion. That was a suggestion.
All right. What do you think? What do you think is gonna happen next week? What do you think we're gonna see on Fear Factor? Any ideas? Any eating wise? Any jumps? Anything?
I think we're gonna see cockroaches.
We are. I think they said they were Madagascar roaches, and those looked really juicy and big.
Okay.
Those look disgusting. I'm sorry. I'll swim with the sharks. I will do anything. But when it comes to roaches, ugh.
We're gonna bring in some something you can sit in, and we're gonna dump a bunch of things. I don't know what.
Carry so many,
we'll figure something out.
Germs.
Hey, we at least gotta try it. We'll see. We'll see what's up.
And the females are gonna wear the swimsuits.
That's right. For well, I'm very excited for next Monday. Thank you guys for joining me.
We're excited.
Thank you.
Please tune in next Monday and have a good start to 2012, everyone.
Woo!
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Talk to you guys later.
And look out for all the new shows that AfterBuzz TV has.
Spartacus coming soon.
Yes, Spartacus, Californication, Shameless, all those shows. Spicy Mari will be on a lot of them. Remember, follow her at Spicy. Here's where you mix it up, _Mari.
There you go.
And then, Sean, give us your Twitter.
It's at the Sean Overman. Sean spelled SEAN and then OVERMAN.
And mine, of course, that Phil loves is LA all the way. And I've already tweeted once, and I'm gonna tweet more.
I think
thank you.
I got a tweet from you.
Yeah, I'm following you.
Special.
You're following me, right?
I'm following you,
You're
baby.
probably my one real person.
But now I'm gonna unfollow you because you didn't drink those eggs.
Damn.
From producers Kevin Undergaro and Phil Svitek, engineer DJ Jesse Janity, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. If you have questions or comments, be sure to buzz us at info@AfterBuzzTV.com. And you can find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter by searching for AfterBuzz TV.
Imagine having to put something slimy in your mouth.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.